Hello and welcome back to the RattleMind podcast. I'm Rye, and joining me is my co-host.
Angie.
Awesome. And see, I didn't do long intro. There's no cold open. I could have done a cold open because my chair is bossing.
I just like how you pause and then say awesome as though there's a chance I might just dip out as soon as you hit the record button. Like, all right, we're about to begin. Click. Hey, I'm Ryan. Joining me is. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave.
Well,
Awesome.
with the way that Discord functions, it's like, all right, I know she's in the chat.
It's only a matter of time before I have a technical difficulty. I know.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait until I get my new headphones. These keep cutting out on the left ear.
Ooh, that's no bueno.
Yeah. All right. So, what is today?
Just another manic Monday. It is Tuesday.
That was yesterday. Yes, if anyone didn't know, we do record on Tuesdays, and then I put it up on Wednesdays. Because that's what we do. Because
usually.
There's no way we could record live on a Wednesday morning. For one, I'm sleeping most of the time.
I think people assume that they're not live recording when you post a YouTube video.
True, yeah. I mean, yeah, it would go up on a live channel and everything, but... Or it would say live somewhere in the thingy. Though I don't know how Rumble handles live streams. I haven't actually tried to live stream on Rumble.
I don't know what Rumble is, so...
It is YouTube's largest competitor.
You mean other than Twitch?
Well, Twitch is in a weird place because it mostly only does live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Where Rumble does both live streams and video hosting, like YouTube does.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got same business model with Rumble. Just not as weird of rules.
Just apparently people haven't really heard of it yet.
Oh, no. A lot of people have heard of Rumble. It's just that Rumble came about because of all the political correctness stuff and people getting instant deplatformed for something they said decades ago. So that's partially why Rumble came about. So it's not necessarily that, Rumble has those controversial figures only. No, there's a lot of people who post on Rumble because it's easier to get monetized on Rumble than it is YouTube. So you can actually make money quicker on Rumble. Plus, you have the likelihood of building an audience faster on Rumble since YouTube is so saturated. Then, technically, Twitch actually does have a competitor, and it's called Kick. And Kick is in this weird space because Kick is funded by gambling sites, so...
That's not that weird little chat thing, is it?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not the app that we used to use.
God, I only had it for one friend who only used it because they were just annoying like that. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called. Was it just Kick? Or
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was
KIK. The app was called KIK. Yeah. Whereas the Twitch competitor is actually like kicking something, so Kick. And the only controversy with Kick is in the streaming site is that it's backed by gambling sites and stuff like that. So, and even then, it doesn't really. Shifty. It's a little that way, but for the streaming, because it's subsidized by all the gambling stuff, it came in really fast and had things developed quickly. So it's actually
Mhm.
stable. So it can actually compete against Twitch. That's why
Hmm.
that's why occasionally you'll see streamers or YouTubers that will promote that they're follow them on Twitch or Kick or something like that, is because Kick came in and it actually had the footing to actually sustain itself. Whereas Mixer technically could have sustained itself, but Microsoft had no idea what they wanted to do with it, really.
Hmm.
So, well, actually, I think what happened is Microsoft overspent by uh, signing streamers for ludicrous amounts. We'll pay you $10 million to have Ninja just on our streaming platform exclusively. Well, yeah, the problem is that you didn't have enough other people switching to stream there for it to be worthwhile. So you spent $10 million for one person, but you didn't have enough of the generic people on your site to maintain it. Plus, of course,
Whoops.
yeah. Ah. So, yeah, streaming sites, video hosting sites, all compete in weird ways. Um, so, how's your week been so far?
Well, I mean, work's been a little busy, but other than that, nothing crazy going on.
Yeah,
On the 16th, this upcoming Saturday, I'm going to a friend's birthday party, which is going to be really cool.
nice. Of course,
The old
oh,
fart's 40.
uh, that's not that far off for me. So,
Yeah, technically me either.
I got what, 2 years, right? Brain figured out. Yeah, 2 years.
Well, I guess I'll have 3 years to make fun of you then. In 2 years, I get to make fun of you for 3 years. That's freaking sick.
uh, it is weird getting older. It's like I got bad knees, but I can tell when the weather's going to change. Always found that funny of the old trope of the old guys.
Oh, something bad did happen though in the last week.
Oh no.
First, I'm gonna tell you what happened, and then I'm gonna tell you my thought process after you said that. So, Stephen Howell, Howell? Oh my God, Steve Howell, right? I have to say it right. It is Howell. Harwell. Oh my God, Harwell. Steve Harwell. Please forgive me for saying your last name wrong 16 times.
Oh
I love
yes.
you. He is the lead singer of Smash Mouth, and he
Right.
passed away at 56. I was devastated. I freaking grew up on Smash Mouth and like especially their self-named album, and I was so sad. Ugh, ugh.
Yeah.
Smash Mouth isn't for everybody. I'm a dork, so I love them.
Well,
But go ahead,
Smash
go ahead.
Mouth, they had so many songs that, they are always there. They had All Stars. They had
I wouldn't have known who the monkeys were if it weren't for Smash Mouth.
really?
Yeah, because the original of I'm a Believer
Yep.
was actually done by the monkeys.
Yes, it was.
I never would have known that. I never would have heard of them. That's the only thing I know them for is for creating I'm a Believer.
Um. Oh yeah. it was Shrek that, they put All Star in, so everyone knows that.
That's what made it popular, yeah. For sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what re-emerged it, because All Star
Well,
originally.
we're saying the same thing. It was a really good song before the movie, and then the
Right.
movie came out and just blew it up.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
every time you guys see a meme that starts with some and then something hilarious happens and then it continues with buddy once told me
Yeah.
that smash I've seen the funniest things in my life from that meme. Oh my god, there was one where there was like a rodeo and there's a bull and a pen and that door was about to be opened, but it wasn't open yet, right? It wasn't supposed to be. And this guy is standing by the door getting ready, right? Well, you hear some, and then the door is kicked open with the force of this bull's hind legs, and the dude gets smashed between the door and the fence. And he continues, but he once told me. Oh, I watched it 6,000 times that day. It got funnier every time. I couldn't breathe. So anyway, when you when you said my knee can predict the weather,
Yeah.
Smash Mouth has a song called Sister Psychic. So as soon as you said that, my brain was like, "Oh, Sister Psychic, won't you tell me, does it ever get better?" And then they say, "Can you really see the future or just predict the weather?" And then so I was thinking of that song, and then I was thinking of Smash Mouth, and I was thinking of Steve Harwell, and I was so I was like, "Oh, that's the thing that happened. We can talk about." Yeah, nah.
Yeah. I have the Smash Mouth website pulled up, and I've been browsing it while you were
Oh,
talking. I figured that would be good for people to be able to see.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we.
They also did. Oh, sorry.
Nope. Go ahead.
Real quick, they did an awesome cover of "Why Can't We Be Friends?" That their version made that song good, honestly, because the original sucks in my opinion. Well, it doesn't suck. It's just I think it's a lot more lively and a lot more. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. They're both kind of lively. I think that they made that one at least popular, like they did with "I'm a Believer."
Right. They brought it back into the zeitgeist.
Right.
Ah, me and my weird words that I know.
What were you gonna say?
I completely forgot.
It was like it sounded pretty grand because you were like, "Okay, people, well," and I was like, "Are we ending?"
um, no, I was going to change subjects, but I completely forgot the subject now.
Fair enough. Whoa! Oh my god! "I'm a Believer" is a song written by Neil Diamond and recorded by American band The Monkees in 1966, the year my mom was born. Sorry, Mom, I didn't mean to expose your age, but with the lead vocals by Mickey Dolenz. I didn't know fucking Neil Diamond wrote it. That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Neil Diamond fan, okay, but I mean he is a pretty big legend, so
Right. Originally, a lot of the Monkey songs were written by other people
yeah.
because they were originally a TV show.
Oh,
Yeah, you did not know about the TV show?
I did not. No.
Yes, they were originally a TV band, and one of their one of the things that happened throughout it is that they during the TV run, people were like, "Yeah, they're not actually playing. They can't sing," that type of thing.
Oh.
because obviously it's a TV show. I mean, the Partridge
Mm.
Family had things like that happen as well. Um, so they didn't. People weren't believing that they were actually the ones singing and performing. So they actually went out on tour after a while and performed all the music so that people would believe that they are actual singers and
Yeah.
musicians. Because one of the core parts of the audition the audition was that they had to play an instrument and sing.
Well,
And
good for them.
yep, and they became an extremely successful band.
Neil Diamond also suggested the song to The Fifth Estate, who recorded it as a 1967 album cut to follow up their hit Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
Wow, that
Interesting.
that is weird.
The Fifth Estate, formerly known as The D-Men. It's an American rock band formed in '63 in Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
I'm looking at the Fifth Estate now. We're going down
Me
a
too.
musical rabbit hole. Come on, people.
Yeah. Is this all gonna lead back to what was the actor that everything can lead back to?
Uh, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, it's all gonna lead back to Kevin Bacon somehow.
Give me a second. I could actually do it.
Oh my god.
We used to play this game in the varying ways. Um, because let's see, easiest way would do it would probably be well, the easiest way is going through the monkeys. Time to hit up IMDb.
3 hours later.
It shouldn't take that long because um, all Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, Peter Tork, and Michael Naismith all acted in other things. Plus, because they were a TV show, there are a ton of people who guest starred on the TV show that you can go through as well. But it would probably be easier to go through Mickey. Right, because Mickey's still doing interesting things. Let's see. Well, what would be fastest?
Wow, they covered "I'm a Believer." Smash Mouth did in 2001
Wow,
as part of the soundtrack to the movie Shrek.
that's interesting. I would guess. Let's go carry. Let's see.
For the soundtrack to the movie Shrek, along with All Star, the band also released the song on its self-titled album. Yes. Eddie Murphy portraying the character Donkey also performed a rendition. Yes, we know this.
All right, this might be a little harder than I thought.
The song was chosen for its opening line, "I thought love was only true in fairy tales," which matched the fairy tale theme of the film.
Uh,
The song was played as exit music for the Broadway musical adaptation. Nifty. Weezer had a version at the end of Shrek's 2010 sequel, Shrek Forever After. I love Weezer. They have a great song called Pork and Beans. If you've never heard it, go listen to it. It's pretty great.
all right. I'm almost there. I'm sure of it.
I'm just
I know I'm lost in trying to 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, obviously.
I'm trying to let you focus while I not let there be too much dead silence, you know? Pork and beans. I eat my candy with the pork and beans, and I'm singing it wrong, but excuse my manners if I make a scene. I need to listen to it again. It's been too long.
I've gotten all the way to Bryan Cranston, and I know I can get it from Bryan
Bryan
Cranston.
Cranston, wow!
Just can't remember how, or think of how.
Ain't gonna wear the clothes that you like. I'm finding Landy with the me inside. One look in the mirror and I'm
Okay.
tickled pink. I don't give. Oh yeah, their music video for Pork and Beans featured like a bunch of different like really viral YouTubers at the time too.
All right, we're going to go backwards
Don't
this time.
give a hoot about what you think. No, I don't care. I don't care.
Guardians of the Galaxy's holiday special.
Interesting. Not many holiday specials turn out to be like quality material.
I know, just think of the Star Wars holiday special.
I haven't seen it, but that sounds a little cringy, not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
I did kind of like the Ice Age one though. So to
Well,
be fair, it's
the Star Wars holiday special, only Carrie Fisher had a full copy of it. It was
oh,
so bad
interesting.
that when she wanted to get people to leave her party, she
She
would put that on.
no way.
Yep, that is the story that they go with.
That's funny. Rest in peace.
Well, maybe I can't do it that way. No, no. I can. Animal House. That gets me to Stephen first. I got it. All right.
Oh my fucking god. Let's have it.
Let's go all the way back to who were we connecting again? Oh yeah, the
The
monkeys.
monkeys.
All right. So the way we do it is we go
And
from
technically Smash Mouth.
yeah. All right. We'll go all the way to the back. All right. Here we are. Mickey Dolenz. All right. So Mickey Dolenz was in a movie called Invisible Mom 2.
Is that a singer in the monkeys?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in Invisible Mom 2 was Justin Burfield. Also, he was Reese in Malcolm in the Middle. And with Malcolm in the
That's how I
Middle,
get to Bryan Cranston.
that's how you get to Bryan Cranston. And then to go from Bryan Cranston, you go through Babylon 5, somewhere in his really early career. He guest starred on Babylon 5. Sorry, I'm trying to do the click through, and there it is, Babylon 5. And then with Babylon 5, you go to Stephen First. Where is it? There it is. Who was Veer Koto on Babylon 5. And he was in Animal House as Kent Dorfman. And guess who was in Animal House
Animal
with him?
House.
Kevin Bacon.
Mr. Bacon himself.
Yeah, there we go.
That's sick. That is sick.
And that's why you could pretty much do 6 degrees to anyone. And you can basically connect them through people like that. Sometimes you'll have to go a little further than 6, but for the most part, it's like I can actually connect myself to a wide array of people because I can technically connect myself to Keanu Reeves.
Holy. Woof, what?
All right. My mom was friends with Julia Roberts, who was a romance writer. Julia
Oh, well, that makes
Roberts,
it easy right there.
yep, Julia Roberts was friends with Sandra Bullock, and of course,
Oh,
Sandra Bullock was in Speed with Keanu Reeves.
that's funny.
Yeah, it's a weird way of doing things.
The closest, so the big, I, I'm a lot more boring than that. I met a comedian named John Reap one time at a show he did in Dayton, and he was freaking amazing and autographed a CD for me. But that's probably the biggest person I've met. I miss that guy. He hasn't done much lately.
Oh, that took me what, about 10 minutes to figure out.
Yeah, give or take, something like that.
I'm sure someone will actually, well, very few people actually watch or listen to our podcast right now. So,
Eh.
oh, sorry about the burp.
I didn't even know that's what that was.
I was in the middle of saying stuff and then, gosh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It's okay.
But yeah, we get one, maybe two occasional listener viewers. So either way,
No.
it's nice. I'm sure someday we'll make it big and, people will actually pay attention to us. I'm not worried.
Someday.
This is all for fun, so
Yeah, we're doing it for us, not for those lamos.
exactly. I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well make sure you do something you like. And if you get successful in it, hey, that's awesome.
But if not, at least you're enjoying it because you
Yeah,
like it. For real.
yep. Which, speaking of things, in the next few weeks, hopefully, the RattleMind Plays channel should actually start getting content.
Oh, hey. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
And I'm pretty sure you noticed that I was in Space Engineers all day long. Well, I was.
Actually, this is the first time I've busted out my computer today.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Well,
But I'll take your word for it.
I've been in there all day long doing just setup so that I could record something so that I can actually start the playing. By the way, I hate soy. It has damaged my lips.
Damn.
Yeah, what happened is that soy does weird things to my mouth, and I will get sores. So I got a sore. She bloomed. There we go.
That.
So it feels like I tore that first layer of skin off of my lip.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ow. My lips naturally just kind of peel like that. And
Yeah.
God, it is like the worst when it peels like too little too deep, you
Yeah.
know. Ugh. Ah, the pain.
Yeah, and I've been feeling that for like a week, but that's because I got super bored and me and my niece decided let's make a super sandwich. So we bought a huge loaf of bread, uh, and we just cut it completely in half because it's a whole full loaf, not a sliced at all. So cut it lengthwise, and we just
Yeah.
made a huge sandwich off of it. And, like,
Jeez, that is epic.
in fact, I posted pictures of the last one I made, so maybe I can find that.
Let me see. Is it in the food channel? Let's just call it.
Yes, it's in the
Okay.
food channel. There we go.
Oh, I didn't know that was a suit. Something about the picture just made it look like a normal sandwich.
Yeah, and
I didn't imagine that it was
that's the
a
one I
super
made.
huge thing.
That's the one I made prior to this one, and the most recent one was like the meat layer and vegetable layer is about the same size as that bottom bread layer there.
Oh, I see. That's
So, I mean,
hilarious.
I had troubles opening my mouth to get around to eating it.
I'm sure. Did you like my birthday cake?
Oh yes, that was awesome. The steak cake.
The steak cake. For
You
those
get.
of you who can't see, it's just a steak.
Oh no, they can see because I can open the picture in the
Oh, good,
browser.
good, good. My birthday was a few days ago, and um, I didn't. Oh my gosh, I was just sitting there, and I was like, I'm not gonna get cake for my birthday, and I was like, that's a travesty, right? So I I went on Grubhub because Grubhub's awesome, and I was I was like looking at like Cold Stone Creamery cakes, and they have this like red velvet cake batter. Oh my, it was just I was drooling looking at it. But then I was like, who buys their own birthday cake, right? Like, I was like, who does that? Like, it was such a depressing thought, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what if I just treat myself to a fancy dinner and that's my cake? And I was like, I need a steak cake. And I got a steak cake instead. It was much less depressing. So I cut a slit in the top. There were sides with it. It wasn't just a honk of steak, you know. But like, I made sure the plate was clean and I just slapped it on there, cut the slit for the candle, and that was my birthday cake. I even made a wish before I blew it out.
Awesome. I've been watching a lot of Guga Foods on YouTube. The more I watch, the more I want steak.
Mm. Hmm.
He has like
Steak's the
three,
best.
yeah, he has like three different channels. He has Guga Foods, Guga, and then he also has sous vide everything. And boy, that food looks good.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds good.
Um, but on the topic of cakes, one of the interesting things that I found out recently, if you want a closer to bakery or uh, bakery style cake, instead of using water, use milk and add an extra egg.
Interesting.
I have yet to try it, but it sounds like that's actually a real thing because I remember when I was little that one of the daycare kids that my mom watched was allergic to dairy, and his mom made a cake and she used rice milk for the cake. I'm
Oh.
like, okay, most cakes don't have milk in them. When you read the box, it's just water, eggs, and oil.
Yeah.
So obviously, she replaced the water with milk, and it was one of the nicest cakes I've ever eaten.
Milk is so I put milk in my scrambled eggs. Like it fluffs things up a little more, you know? It's
Yeah,
and by the way, I mean pre-cooking.
right.
Like I
No,
don't
I
just
just I
I
just
don't
cook
just
the
have
eggs and then I
scrambled egg
just pour milk
cereal.
in it. Yeah.
Egg cereal.
That sounds like something you'd see on Reddit, going through one of
Right.
the like food fails or something.
Oh, yeah, no. No, you mix the milk into the eggs first and then you throw it on the grill and then it makes them a little floofier. Um So actually, it's really funny that like we're talking about adding milk and eggs, and you can just put them together for a whole nother different meal.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense to me, and adding another egg makes a lot of sense to me too. So
Well,
because that it's like fluffy, spongy at that point, you know.
another way of getting fluffier eggs is to put a little bit of pancake batter into your eggs, and you'll get fluffier eggs.
Ooh.
I believe.
Oh.
I
I
believe.
mean, it's basically the same ingredients, just in different amounts.
Right. And I think IHOP is the one that does that.
That makes sense. That makes sense. The way that pancakes like their texture, you know,
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
Of course.
Oh, and let me just make let me make this very clear, because there's a lot of people out there who are like, red velvet is just the same thing as chocolate. It's just dyed chocolate. Wrong. There is vinegar in red velvet, believe it or not. There's all kinds of differences,
Yeah.
and I'm so sick of people being like, it's not different. It's all in your head. It's not. Red velvet's amazing. Kiss my ass.
If you actually do cooking stuff, you'll learn that there's so much of a difference in almost anything.
I
But
used to work at a bakery. It was a corporate bakery, but it was a bakery.
you said floof, which reminded me of uh, Dylan B. Hollis.
Okay.
He uh, he has his own Wikipedia now. He recently came. Well, he calls baking soda floof powder.
That's funny.
So that's what got me. And he recently came out with a book, Baking Yesteryear, and I actually have it.
Nice.
And there are some very interesting old recipes in this book that would be awesome to try. Though I'm not making carrot pie. There are some.
Carrot cake was a step too far, if you ask me, let
Yeah.
alone carrot pie.
There are some weird stuff that people used to make, and then there are some really good stuff that people used to make, like peanut butter bread.
Ooh.
I would love to have peanut butter bread and then make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of the peanut butter bread.
Oh my god. Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter.
Exactly.
Rye's mouth is going to be glued shut with peanut butter. Got it.
Well, the way I make a peanut butter sandwich is I put like an inch thick layer of peanut butter on my sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't open your mouth when you're eating that
Here's
thing
the
anyway.
question, though. Are you using crunchy peanut butter?
It depends on what I'm doing sandwich wise. If I am.
It's gotta be crunchy. It's gotta be.
Well, usually I do like crunchy. Crunchy is the best. It is far superior than creamy. But then again,
Amen.
I can understand the uses of creamy because sometimes you don't want that texture. So
Sometimes, I guess. If you're crazy.
if I am baking a bread or cake or something or whatever that calls for peanut butter, I always go creamy because I don't want weird nut texture in my bread, which is why I don't like banana nut bread. Give me banana bread. Some store out there has got to make banana bread that don't have nuts.
I am obsessed with banana nut bread, but I absolutely fucking love just plain banana bread. Like I used to pick out I used to be a lot more texture picky than I am now, and I'm pretty picky now. So I used to just pick out all the nuts and then have the banana bread. But I totally feel that struggle. But now I actually really love walnuts and I don't mind it anymore. But like um uh if you're gonna put anything in banana breads, put chocolate chips. Like banana and chocolate just go so freaking well together.
Oh, one of the best things to do is to just buy a banana, slice it up, then put it on a cookie tray or whatever you got, one that'll fit in your freezer, lay them all flat on parchment paper, and then freeze the bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can put like the quick shell chocolate
Ooh, I bet
on
they're
top
good
of it.
freeze dried too.
Oh, they are. I've had freeze dried bananas. You know me, I eat things, freeze dried things.
Please tell me you
instead of
have a
chips.
freeze dryer.
I want one so bad.
Ugh.
Because I would definitely go, hey, I got these oyster crackers. Let's freeze dry them.
One of the driest things on the planet, and you're gonna freeze dry it.
What happens when you freeze dry something that's already dry?
That's funny.
What happens when you freeze dry water? The
You're
water
gonna-
disappears.
oyster crackers. Oyster crackers, you'd like pull out the tray and they'd be like in fine sand form. Like it's just disintegrate.
Oh, yeah. Um, one of the fun things to do is to buy different candies and freeze dry them.
Oh, I've seen Nerdy Crafter do that.
Yep, I've seen
That was pretty
people
cool.
freeze drying random candies, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to try that freeze dried. I
And
want to.
some candies, especially gummies, explode in there.
Oh,
Like,
weird.
I want to do that so bad. Just like uh, put in a gummy worm and pull out a snake, you know, an anaconda.
It's probably because of the trapped moisture content. Because I
Yeah,
think,
see, when Nerdy Crafter did it, she was hoping that would happen, but maybe the brands she was speculating that the brands she chose might have been like a little cheap or just different and did things differently because they did not
right.
explode.
Oh, so we've gone through music to 6
Yeah, have
degrees.
fun titling this one.
I think I can do it. Okay. I'm going along the threads of truth about people's exes on this one. All right. So, you do 6 degrees of music to food. No, that doesn't sound right. Ooh.
6 degrees, name of the video. All right, that's it, folks.
Quite possibly.
Or you could do one similar to the last one, but instead of dirt equals cupcake, you could do monkeys equals Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. And you know, the pun was that was soil. So, you know, it was soil equals cupcake.
Oh, how dare I soil your pun?
Oh!
Oh, a pun within a pun within a pun. I just ripped a hole in the time-space continuum.
Oh! We're going back to the 1600s! Hold on to the computer tightly!
Yeah, because there's Wi-Fi.
Oy. You know, you could seriously
Or
disrupt.
electricity.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you could seriously disrupt a time stream by just having a smartphone. Because whatever you have downloaded onto your smartphone.
I would say, depending on when and where you go, there's like a 99% chance that they'll probably just burn you at the stake and destroy the phone.
Well, probably, yes. That's very likely because, you know,
And
your
then there would be absolutely no record of it.
your best bet. Ouch. I just thwacked my
I heard
arm
that.
and my foot
It
on my
sounded
desk.
horrible. Oh no. We
Um,
should probably call it a streams or
yeah. Well,
podcast.
I think the best time, if you were going to go into the past with a smartphone, would be just after Galileo's death. I mean, you got to go like 10 or 15 years after because he was killed for being, you know, smart. So, and it took like 10 to 15 years to go like, oh, we killed a guy who actually knew what he was talking about.
Whoopsie doodle.
Oops. Yep. All right. But like you were saying, we're at like 45 minutes here. So thank you all for watching or listening. We are actually on YouTube as a podcast. It does go up as a podcast. So we are a legitimate podcast on only YouTube. But, you know, swings and roundabouts. All right. Anything you'd like to add before we go?
Nope. Just wipe your butt, people.
Yep. No one wants an itchy, crusty butt.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.